Hello folks, Queen Roadkill Candy here, and today we're going to be doing a video about the leapster2. It's done by Leapfrog. It's basically an edutainment system. I picked this up for $8 with a plethora of games. So we're going to be covering all these today. But first I wanted to start with the best game, in my opinion, of the lot. A lot of these games, they're definitely made for quite younger children, you know, before they hit grade school. Some of these are, you know, grade school age games, but a lot of them aren't. This one here is Batman, Multiply, Divide, and Conquer. This one's your typical beat 'em up, you know, that you can get on a handheld. So, these two things take you to online, tells you to plug it in on the Leapster at first. So here's your thing, here, the port. Right here, this is where the stylus is from. Here's all the buttons on the bottom. You can see headphone jack, volume, brightness. You know, really great if they're in a car or something like that. And judging by the age of the people that watch here, a lot of you would be in the age of being parents. So if you're like, oh, I don't know if this is like super lame, because I remember my parents trying to force edutainment on me, and they weren't good. We're just going to go over a few games. They're kind of hit and miss. This one I think is actually pretty good. It's Kids WB DC Batman. You know, you can see right there, it's the cartoon Batman. And honestly, like I said, this game... Oh, look, you see, you get cutscenes and everything here that you're watching. Like I said, this is the best game out of them. It's a typical beat 'em up. You can choose stages. Get a little cutscene before each one, which is really good. There we go. So we're going in. I'm going to show you. So as you can see, here's Batman here. Sprite work's actually pretty good. You could jump with A. You have your Batarang with B, so you go up, and if you're close to an enemy, you punch them. And so here's an enemy down here. Now I know what you're thinking. This looks like a... Oh, maybe I'll just avoid this guy. That looked too dangerous. Where's the education part? It's in here somewhere. There's these plates that you stand on, and it like you answer math problems. Okay, I can't get that. It's gonna fall and try and kill me. But as you can see, it's a really good quality game. I think that's a question right there for doing math and all that. So you can see that it spreads it out so the kids really feel like they're playing a game before the education pops up and it's like, hi, answer this question.
Which number is in the ones place?
Yeah, see? Actual math that they would do inside school. And then there's usually... Oh wait, control panel you gotta answer. So right here's a control panel, and then you would answer the question. So we're gonna switch carts now, but as you can see, like, that's an actual game that just has like math in it. So I think the edutainment is a lot different, or I wouldn't say different, but like considerably better than some of the other ones out there. This one is probably the second best educational one out of the batch of the ones I'm going to be showing you today. There is newer versions of Leapster. There is obviously one before, because this is a 2. But they've come a long way. Like, do you remember, like, in the 80s, they would have, like, you know, like, those, like, weird little fake computer thingies. In the 90s, they had, like, those read-along books. And then, I think it's the 2000s they started tried to make these, edutainment things. Like, was this on the back? 2010 on the back. Also, if you notice, you don't even need a screwdriver. They assume the person that's going to be handling this doesn't own a screwdriver or doesn't own one, so you can use quarters. Cool, high scores, not what I'm looking for. Yeah, we're playing one player, that's right. It's going to confirm and everything. So let's just use a guess. And remember, I'm choosing level 1 with all these, so you can make all of these go higher. Now, if you see, you're an adorable kitty cat. I didn't actually hear the word. I didn't hear the word he asked for. Alright, so we're going to randomly go for a letter, I guess. And you see that cute sound? Yeah, I hit the wrong letter. No. Oh, rug. There we go. I actually heard. And it does that cute little purr and everything when it catches a letter. It's kind of like Pac-Man, but cute and educational and made for kids. So that's that game. Very simple words. You can go up and do harder words. Just move that over there. Oh, and forgot, I should probably show you. Look at how the chips are laid out in these. There's one here and one here. As you can see, that's just how they are. I just find it fascinating because each of them are slightly different. Now this one here is going to be third best game. I wouldn't say it's as educational, but it is something that they would learn in grade school, you know, where they show like 5 starfishes and they're like, which one's 5? You know, like they do that in schools. So, I mean, it is something they'll do, and it's probably more preschool. I mean, I think, you know, they gotta do review and stuff, but... By the way, this section is drawing. It's like coloring and all that. And it's also good to get these for your kids because they're super cheap. They're at all the thrift shops now. They're not going to be touching your iPhone or whatever phone you have. I mean, I'm an Android user, but, you know, every time you see a kid with a phone, it's an Apple phone. I have no idea how to delete names in this, by the way. But, so you can play games in this game that are Cinderella games or they're aerial games. I find that quite popular with the games. Like, if you get the plug-and-plays, a lot of them are the same exact princesses. And the games... So, I don't know... judging by the age group that usually watches this, you're old enough to remember the Nintendo aerial game. So, the Nintendo aerial game kind of looked like some of the games that they use. So, they use a lot of... I don't know, like, it visually looks so much similar. I never cared for that... Oh, this isn't the right game. Never mind. Look at that, I just ran into the number. I didn't even hear him. But, like, you could see, like, the kind of, like, cool little corridors and all that. Or not corridors, but I guess it's undersea corridors with how the maze is. This is level 1, so it's going to be heinously easy. But as you can see again, you know, it's getting them to do number recognition, which is important for the kids. Look at that! I can do a jump! I didn't hear the number again. So you hit home button if you want to go back to home. And then you can choose more. So this one, you can keep track of your progress because you earn rubies and diamonds. So diamonds when you're playing Cinderella, and rubies when you're playing Ariel. You can open these up. Yeah, see? And then you hit the home button. That's all the, like... So there's actually a sense of accomplishment for the kids. And then you just click this. You know, like I said, there's a bunch of games on here. I'm not going to go through all of them. But Yes, a good place to start. But still, look at this. Cutscenes and everything. I skipped it. It's still going.
Find them all. Let's go.
What am I supposed to find?
Crescent.
Oh, crescent moons.
Crescent.
How do I get up a level? Do I jump on this? There we go. Alright, so actually platform collecting stuff, educational. Some of the other ones aren't as good though.
Find them all.
Oh, here's 6.
Go.
Now I'm down here. Alright. So we get the idea. Different games on there. This one's called Enchanted Learning. So the next one. So I think this is the one that actually comes with the systems. It's from 2003. So I think leapster 1 games work in leapster 2. I'm not sure if you buy an upgraded one, if these work in the upgraded ones. I don't have one to test for you guys. But I want to cover all the gaming things on here, including this edutainment that you can get here for your kids, because it's just so fascinating. It's so good quality. It's so solid. Like, this thing feels heavier. Well, I wouldn't say heavier than an original Game Boy, but more solid than an original Game Boy. They come in different colors. The green ones usually sell for more if you go to the thrift shop. The pink ones are like 10 and under, and the green ones are like 20 and under. So this one I think is the lamest out of all of them, personally. So, yes, welcome. I skipped the cutscene. I think that's why he's coming up. Yay! Okay, so we have coloring. We have like games and stuff over here. So let's go with a game. This one's basically Frogger. But, you know, I think it's weird because you're using a frog system. They give you a frog game. And for some reason you're using a rabbit. Come on.
It's a little bit trickier. To get across the river, jump on numbers.
So, I mean, it's not quite the same as Frogger because it's not cars or anything, but it's like Frogger-esque. So now I have to wait until numbers because that's a shape, right? So I have to wait till that comes, and then, you know, you get to the other side.
6, 10.
Woohoo! Okay. That is that game. We have quite a few to go through. This is the second last one we're going to do. This one I think is, I don't know, I think it's, I like it the least. Well, I mean, I think it's the least best for a kid. Like, really, it's made for really young kids, which is like what Dora's for. But at the same time, they're going to outgrow it so much faster in comparison to the other games that you can get for them. And honestly, at this age that this cart's for, handheld screens aren't the greatest for them. Because there's a new study that came out that it's like bad for their eyes. Like, makes them nearsighted, which like isn't terrible or anything like that. But, you know, it's something to keep in mind that these younger games I don't suggest because of that.
Level 1, a good place to start. To begin, find
Because this,
a letter. Use the
yeah, see,
arrow
this
button.
one's association, but it's like such basic association. Because, I mean, this is like, what, 2, 3? They're going to be knowing this stuff. I mean, even earlier with some things, but they might not know the word for it. The fact that she's actually yelling out, this is blue, this is that, you know, when she runs onto something. I actually didn't hear what letter he said.
The letter A.
Crocodile. Remember, you're looking for a number.
Oh, yep, only numbers. Oh, you can jump off, cool.
The number 8.
So you saw one of the games on that one, Association. The last one we're going to cover is Finding Nemo. Also, I want to show you that this here is the lip that's on the back. Not to pull it out like this is the pull-out lip here, but this is like basically so you know which way your cart's going. And it's funny because I almost put them in backwards at first till I noticed that because I'm used to Game Boy. And I don't mean like Game Boy Color, I mean Game Boy. Like they all did it. All the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Advance, they all did it. They all had it facing out instead of in. But I mean it sticks out on this one. It takes a long time to load in. So I think the green one is the base one. It's like because frogs are green. But from what I've seen, it's been more marketed towards boys, the green one, and the pink one was marketed towards girls. I'm sure there's boys that have pink ones and girls that have green one. I would have preferred a green one if I was in their shoes. So this one's pretty good. Like there's read and play, read with me, pick a page, and games. So this one's actually pretty good. It kind of reminds me of like the 90s ones where it was, you know, more like read-alongs. I mean, nothing can replace like a person with someone, but like it's definitely helpful for a kid to like have this in their spare time. Especially if you're driving, like definitely suggest. Oh, I didn't even hear what they were talking about. Yellow tentacles. Must be this.
I live in Anemone.
So basically he's going to ask you questions you're going to associate it with a shape or thing. I didn't hear again what he asked for, so I guess that's a flaw. I mean, if there's a noise or something. What it was? Okay, that's cool. Yeah, it reads along and everything, so. Anyways, guys, yeah, that's the leapster2. Like, it's a solid gaming system for kids. It's edutainment system. You know, some of the games I suggest for kids, some of them I don't. Like, some of them, the age group that they're for, it's not great for them to be using screens. Although, I guess if you're traveling, this is going to be good for all of the ages. Because, I mean, there's nothing they can do. It's going to be super painful mentally on them for that hour or whatever. So, yeah, here's all the different types of games, you know, that you can get. And yeah, I do think it's a great system for kids, you know. I mean, I'm sure they'd have more fun with, like, 3DSs are going out right now, so it's going to be the Switch, you know, but the Switch is probably pretty big for their hands, so yeah, I definitely think it's a great little system. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll get out some more handheld video game videos. It's going to be a bit, but I do have one of those fake clone systems, so I'm gonna do a video on that for you guys. Anyways, thank you so much. Bye.